Yeah, it is also this is second problem in single channel queuing system. Okay, this is also single channel queuing system problem only. Take down this problem. Consider the following continuously operating. Consider the following continuously operating job shop. Job shop using the following interarrival using the following interarrival and service time. Using the following interarrival and service time. Construct a simulation table. Construct a simulation table and perform the simulation. Construct a simulation table and perform a simulation for 5 customers. Perform a simulation for 5 customers. Assume that when simulation begins, there is one job being processed. Okay, assume that when simulation begins, there is one job being processed. Okay, next here they have asked 2 questions to calculate here by using the simulation table. That is, find the average time in the queue the customer spends. Find the average time in the queue the customer spends. That is one question we need to calculate seeing the simulation table. Next question is, what are the maximum time the customer spends in the system? What are the maximum times the customer spends in the system? Okay, here in this question, they have given directly the customers. What is their interval time they have given, service time also they have given. Previous problem, they have given the probabilities for service time. Arrival time, they did not give even probability also. By using their probabilities, we have calculated the interarrival time. Okay, and by using their random numbers, we have calculated the arrival time. Okay, then in service time also, in the previous problem, they have given the service time probabilities. By using that service time probabilities and random numbers, we have calculated the service time. But in this problem, directly they have given the interarrival time as well as service time. Okay, service time, interarrival time, directly they have given in the problem. Okay, we'll see how to solve it. First, we'll understand the problem here. Here, first we need to check whether the problem is single channel queuing system or multi-channel queuing system. It is a single channel queuing system problem, because here they have given that consider the following continuously operating job shop using the following interarrivals and service time. Construct a simulation table and perform simulation for 5 customers they have given. That means there will be 5 customers to execute the job. Okay, and here they have told that assume that when simulation begins, there is one job being processed. Okay, it is a single channel queuing system. Only one job will be executing at a time. Okay, and they have given here the number of customers and their what are the interarrival times directly they have given, and service times they have given directly here. Okay, now we need to construct the simulation table and then find the average time in the queue the customer spends. Not only that, maximum time the customer spends in the system we need to calculate by seeing the simulation table. Okay, so we'll directly construct the simulation table. Okay, here the customers, they have given 5 customers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 customers. Okay, and here the inter-arrival times given in the question is, it is, we assume that the first customer arrived at the simulation clock time 0. So he don't have any inter-arrival time. Okay, next customer inter-arrival time is 0. Another customer inter-arrival time is 60. Next customer 60. Next customer 120. Okay, write down the inter-arrival times as it is in the inter-arrival time column. That is, first customer we have assumed he arrived at 0 simulation clock time. Okay, next customer inter-arrival time is 0. Another customer inter-arrival time is 60. Next customer inter-arrival time is 60. Next customer inter-arrival time is 120. Okay, we have written the inter-arrival time. Next, we need to calculate arrival time by using the inter-arrival time. How to calculate the arrival time by using the inter-arrival time? That is nothing but arrival time will be calculated. It is, arrival time is the sum of previous customer's arrival time plus the present customer's inter-arrival time will get the present customer's arrival time. Okay, for the customer 1, we assume that he arrives at simulation clock time 0. So it is for the always the first customer arrival time is 0. Okay, next customer's arrival time we calculate. To find the next customer arrival time, it is sum of previous customer's arrival time plus, okay, inter-arrival time of that present customer. We will get the present customer's arrival time. Understood, right? It is sum of 0 plus 0 will get 0. Okay, previous customer's arrival time is 0 plus present customer's inter-arrival time is 0. 0 plus 0 will get 0. Okay, next customer arrival time we calculated by using the previous customer's arrival time plus the present customer's inter-arrival time. Previous customer's arrival time is what? That is 0. Okay, present customer's inter-arrival time is what? That is 60. 0 plus 60, we will get 60. Okay, in this way we need to calculate the arrival time. For the next customer, how to find the arrival time? That is previous customer's arrival time, that is 60, plus present customer's inter-arrival time, that is 60. 60 plus 60, we will get 120. Okay, this is the arrival time for the customer 4. Okay, next customer's arrival time will be calculated by using sum of previous customer's arrival time plus present customer's inter-arrival time. Previous time customer's arrival time is 120 plus the present customer's inter-arrival time is 120. So 120 plus 120, we will get the present customer's arrival time is 240. Okay, in this way we need to calculate the arrival time. Okay, understood, right? Now inter-arrival time directly is given in the problem. We'll copy from the problem this inter-arrival time. By using the inter-arrival time, we calculate the arrival time. Arrival time calculation is nothing but the previous customer's arrival time plus present customer's inter-arrival time will get the that present customer's arrival time, that is 0. Okay, here it is 0 plus 60 is 60. 60 plus 60, 120. 120 plus 120, 240. 240 is the arrival time for customer 5. Okay, next service time. Service times also is directly given in the problem. That is 25, 50, 37, 45, 50. Okay, service times also will copy as it is from the problem they have given the service time. Okay, next we need to calculate service time begins. What time the customer wants service will begin. It is a single channel queuing system and the customer arrived to the single channel queuing system at clock time 0. Okay, so whenever he arrives to the system, the server will be free and the server will execute the customer's job. Okay, Customer 1 arrived to the system at clock time 0. So his job will start executes at 0 simulation clock time. Okay. And did he waited in the queue for the server to execute his job? No. Okay. He arrived to the system at simulation clock time 0, and immediately the server started serving his job. Okay. So he didn't wait in the queue. So it is 0. Next is service time ends. What time the service ends? That is, he arrived at clock time 0. Okay. And what is his service time? That is, service time is 25 minutes. 0 plus 25, it is 25 minutes. At clock time 25, he ends his service. Okay. Next, time the customer spends in the system. The total time the customer spends in the system is nothing but the time he waited in the queue, the time the customer waited in the queue, plus the customer service time. Okay, this customer 1 did not wait in the waiting queue, and his service time is 25. 0 plus 25, it is 25. 25 is the time the customer spends in the system. Customer 1 spends in the system is 25 minutes he spent in the system. And next column is idle time of the server. Did the server was idle? No. Okay, at clock time 0 itself, customer 1 arrived to the system. The server started servicing the job of customer 1. Okay, so it is 0. Idle time of the server is 0. Next customer also will say customer 2 arrives at the system at clock time 0 itself. Okay, that time the first customer's job was executed by the server. Okay, customer 1's job, it is executing in the server. Okay, and the service time of the customer 2 is 50. Okay, 50 is the service time of the customer. And what time the service of customer 2 will begin? It is because the server is a single channel queuing system. Okay, it is a single channel queuing system. So server is only one server is there. The customer 2 also arrived at clock time 0, but it can execute only one job at a time. Okay, first customer job it is running. So the customer should wait in the waiting queue until it completes the server completes the customer 1's job. Customer 1's job, it executes at clock time 25. Okay, clock time 25, the server will completes the execution of the customer 1. Then at after simulation clock time 25, after completing the customer 1's job, customer 2 job will get serviced by the server. Okay, so the time the service begins for the customer 2 is simulation clock time 25, and waiting time in the queue, customer 2 waiting time in the queue is he came at clock time 0 to the server. Okay, but he got his service start execution is clock time 25. So 25 minutes he was waiting in the queue to get the service to begin. Okay, waiting time is 25 for him. Next, the time service ends. Okay, 25 at the simulation clock time 25 seconds his service got started. Okay, it and his service time is to get his job to get executed by the server is 50 minutes. Okay, 25 plus 50, it is 75 minutes. Okay, at simulation clock time 75, he got customer 2's job got executed by the server. Okay, and now the time the customer spends in the system, time the customer spends in the system is waiting time plus his service time. He waited for the 25 minutes, but to execute his job it will take 50 minutes. So 25 plus 50 is 75. 75 minutes the customer spends in the system. Okay, did the system was idle? No. System executed customer 1's job at 25. Immediately there was already customer 2 was waiting in the waiting queue. So after completion of customer 1 job, it started executing the customer 2 job. So there is no idle time of the server. Okay. Next, customer 3. Customer 3 will arrive to the system at clock time 60. Okay. At that time, the server is busy executing the service of job of customer 2. Okay. Clock to complete that, it will take simulation clock time 75 minutes. Okay. At 75 minutes only, the customer 3's job can be served by the server. Okay. uh, so he came at 60 minutes. So from the 60 minutes to 75 minutes of simulation clock time, he needs to wait in the waiting queue. So that is 75 minus 60, that is 15 minutes. 15 minutes, the customer 3 needs to be waited in the waiting queue. Okay. Because till 75 minutes of simulation clock time, it is the server is executing the customer 2's job. Okay, understood, right? Next, the customer 3's job will get starts executed by simulation clock time 75 minutes. At 75 minutes, in simulation clock time, customer 3's job will get starts executed by the server. Okay. At what time it will ends his execution of customer 3's job? To execute the job, we need 37 minutes. Okay. 75 minutes simulation clock time, it will start. 75 plus 37, that is 112 minutes it will take to end the service time for the customer 3. Okay. And now we need to find the time the customer spends in the system, that is waiting time in the queue plus service time of that customer 3. That is waiting time is 15 plus 37, that is 52 minutes he was waited in the waiting queue. Okay. Did the server was idle? No. When server is executing the customer 2's job only, the customer 3 arrived for the service. Okay. So server was not at all idle. Okay. Next, customer 4. Customer 4 will arrive at simulation clock time 120. Okay. At that time, the server was busy or free? Server is free. Server executed the customer 3's job at simulation clock time 112. Okay. At 120 clock time, simulation clock time, customer 4 arrived to the system. Okay. Server will start executing the customer 4's job at simulation clock time 120. Okay. Did customer 4 waited in the waiting queue? No. Whenever he came to the server, the server is free. He started executing his job. So at 120, when he arrived to the system is 120 minutes. At 120 minutes only, the server started executing his job. Okay, so he didn't wait in the waiting queue. At what time the service ends? That is, at 120 minutes his service started, and to get his job to get executed, 45 minutes it need. So 120 plus 45, it is 165. At time 165 simulation clock time, customer 4 service got executed by the server. Okay. And total time the customer spends in the system, that is waiting time plus his service time. He didn't waited in the waiting queue. So his waiting time is 0 plus his service time is 45. 0 plus 45, it is 45 minutes the customer 4 spent in the system. Okay. And how much time this server is idle? Server executed the customer 3's job at 112. At 120 minutes only, customer 4 came for the server to get his job done. Okay. So 120 minus 112, it is 8 minutes the server was idle without doing any job. It was waiting. Okay. Next, customer 5 arrives to the system at 2:40 minutes. Okay, at that time the server was, did the server is busy? No, at 165 only server is free. Okay, and so immediately when he arrives to the server, it will start servicing the customer 5. Okay, customer 5 service will begins at 2:40. And did he waited in the queue? No, server is free, so immediately his job got executed, started executing. Okay, then what time the service ends? The customer service time is 50 minutes. 50 minutes is customer 5's 50 minutes it will take to execute the customer 5's job. Okay, 2:40 at simulation clock time 2:40, customer 5's job started executing. So 2:40 plus 50, it is 290. At 290, the service time ends for the customer 5. Okay, now the total time the customer spends in the system, that is waiting time plus service time. He didn't waited in the queue. So 0 plus his service time is 50. 0 plus 50 is 50. And total time, idle time of the server. The server executed, completed execution of customer 4's job at 165 minutes. Okay. At 240 minutes only, customer 5 arrived to the system. So 240 minus 165 is 75. Okay, this is the simulation table. Total waiting time is 40 minutes. That is 25 plus 15 is 40 minutes. Okay, here they have asked two questions. Average time in queue the customer spends is, that is total waiting time, that is 40 divided by total number of customers is 5. 40 by 5, 8 minutes. Next, maximum time the customer spends in the system, they have asked. Maximum time the system in the system the customer spends is 75 minutes. Okay, 75 minutes maximum time a customer spends in the system. So it is 75 minutes. Understood, right? These are the two questions they have asked.